All right. Welcome everybody. My name is Shanda Wright. Hello, Danielle from St. John. Danielle, can you drop in the chat how many income streams you have, how much debt you've paid off since joining our community? And, one of the things that I love about Danielle's story is not only did she pay off a ton of debt, not only did she set herself free, not only was she able to move somewhere that she really loved, but she was actually able to create income streams from what she learned inside our community that are now passively through interest and passive income creating more in, what was it, 3 months or 6 months, than her and her husband combined used to make in 2 years. Like, it's amazing what happens, and it takes education. Education is the key. When we empower a woman, we empower a family, and we can change a family. And when we change a family, the ripple effect into the community is incredible. And when we change a community, we can change a nation. And as we change nations, we can change the world. Yeah, Danielle, 250K in debt, now living off of investments, making more in a month now from investments than they used to make in a whole year. And she just bought a house with cash. No big deal, just a couple of years. And that's the thing, is that Danielle came in with the student's mindset. She came in to learn the things about money that they don't teach us. And in that process, learned some things that she's been able to apply that have made a difference in her life. And it's so good to see your face, gorgeous. I guess see your name anyways. And I'm so glad that each and every one of you are here. Yeah, let's get some love in the chat for Danielle, because what we celebrate, we accelerate. We definitely want to accelerate those sorts of results into our lives, into our families' lives, and into the people that we see here today. So just know that it was 3 short years ago that Danielle started this journey, and she can do it. You can do it. Okay. So I want to say, my name is Shanda Wright. Prior to this academy, she's creating an empire, this whole space, working with Melanie. Prior to this, I actually was drowning in debt. I had 3 jobs. I was working 100 hours a week, and I was exhausted. I was not fun to be around. And I struggled with anxiety and depression. And I thought my big dreams and my anxiety, my depression, my dyslexia, my ADHD, I thought they disqualified me from these big dreams. And I thought there was something wrong with me. And then I came, and Melanie's like, no, Queen, you're just exactly who you're meant to be. And all of that does not disqualify you from any success. And so I was able to come just as I was, confused, ambitious, burnt out, exhausted, and drowning in debt, and be able to find some education that took me to a new space. That new space, now I have over 7 streams of income just from crypto alone. In addition to that, I've been able to completely retire myself from my full-time careers, and I'm on a tour traveling around helping people bridge the gap from confused and curious about crypto to empowered and educated and enriched and informed. So I love that I get to travel. I'm on an airplane almost every couple of days, if not a car or a boat or a ferry or something, to be able, planes, trains, and automobiles. That'll be the name of this chapter of my life. And as a community, we've helped over 5,000 people pay off over 60 million in debt. We've been able to increase income streams to the average tune of 4 per person inside our community. And we do it having a ton of fun. Everything is fun with us. And Melanie's the kind of person, she walks around with unicorn horns on, and she has the cutest puppy because it makes her smile. And it's so incredible to really have someone who taught me that success doesn't come at a sacrifice of the rest of your life. When you get better, everything gets better. When we lift our mindset, when we lift our vibration, when we surround ourselves with people who have what we want, then what becomes possible is endless. And it's not this big, heavy process. I thought making money was hard. And here I am having more fun, doing more travel, and doing it in ease, in abundance, with amazing women like we have here today. And so here I am. Not only have I freed my time, but I've paid off over $1 million in debt. And as you can see, Danielle did the same thing. She started at the beginning, and she just kept showing up and applying until the results started to compound. And so if you're looking for that sort of freedom, financial freedom that comes from multiple streams of leveraged income, which means you don't trade your time for it, debt-free living on less than we make, and putting our money to work for us. If those things appeal to you, I want you to put we'll put a 7 for prosperity in the chat. I want to know, are those the things you came here for today? Because that is what we are in the business of. I love it. Okay, perfect. And I can tell you that for me, there was a couple of things that had clouded my judgment. One was the belief that I couldn't do it. And when Melanie said, I don't need you to know how, I just need you to want it, I was like, well, I want it. So I got check mark number one. And number two, I'm not willing to let fear stop me. So if you're willing to show up today with those same two decisions, that you may not know anything about crypto, you may not know anything about building multiple income streams, you may never have made $1 online, but you're ready to learn, you're ready to bring the want to. We've got the how to, but if you have the want to, and you're ready to not let fear win, you're ready to let faith win, you're ready to let hope win, you're ready to let abundance win, you're ready to step into that space where you can claim what's yours, which is actually abundance, then I want you to put some 5s in the chat, because I want to know who is ready to make sure that none of these things are going to stop us, because we're going to build the empire of our dreams. Okay, great. So we're in the right place. We got these people who are brave, who are courageous, who are open-minded, excited, that are ready to learn. So make sure you have your pen and papers handy. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to need them, because building a portfolio is my favorite part. I think it's super interesting to be able to go through the crypto space and learn which projects you want to be connected to, which ones you want to put support into, which communities you want to be a part of. One of my favorite communities is a vendor. She's creating an empire, and that's I Am Academy. And Corinne Florence is actually an educator with I Am Academy. And I Am Academy is our preferred vendor for teaching the compounding element of the 3 pillars, remember? So we're going to grow our money. How do you learn how to grow your money? Well, we got to go learn the skill, and you can either do it from mistakes or mentorship. And I like mentorship, and we have one of the best mentors. So Corinne comes from a corporate world. She's very brilliant. She went to, this was a thing I was worried about. Change role to attendee. Is this going to work? Hold on a second. Corinne, we may need to get you to register a second link for them, because if this isn't going to work, then we'll have to see. That was a technical thing. Thank you guys for your patience. I go through.
You. Okay, I just got it. Yep.
Yeah. It's all good. So we're gonna navigate technology together, guys. You want to know, my TV was on mute for a year because I only pushed the volume buttons to try to unmute it. And I had a friend come over and hit the mute button and fix it, but it was a year. Like, you do not have to be good with technology. I promise you this. So as I navigate the Zoom, I want you to know that I may get distracted and need some help. The ADD really helps with that. But we're gonna do this together, and hopefully that gives you some hope. And Corinne comes from a background where she's brilliant woman, went to school. It was for medicine, right, Corinne? I know she got down that path, and she's like, I really want to help people on scale. So as she learned about crypto, obviously servant leadership came to her naturally. She's been able to retire from her 6-figure corporate job and travel the world. She's got a team all over the globe. I can't even tell you how many dots she's connected for me in this space. And she was one of the first people that made me feel like I could do crypto, and that I could succeed here, and that my people could succeed here. And that whether you're ex-Amish or you're 75, or you are someone who is just like me, who's like a regular person who comes from a middle-class family, that we all have a space here. And so Corinne, can you turn on your camera? Is that working okay?
Yes, I am here. Hello.
Yay. Okay, let's get some 3s for Corinne in the chat. I'm so excited to meet my mentor, my coach, and one of my favorite educators inside the Academy. She's here to teach you today about portfolio building, so that you can do it too. So thank you, Corinne, for everything.
Thank you so much. Don't worry, technical difficulties happen all the time, and that's like the first thing that I love to tell everyone. Like, I am a mess when it comes to Zoom calls, technology in general, and so that's the first step. If I can do it, you can do it too, I promise you. But thank you so much for having me here. For those that don't know me, my name is Corinne Florence. I am now obsessed with crypto. I love this space. I love talking about it. I love teaching people about it because my journey first started with cryptocurrencies back in 2017, where I saw crypto for the first time on YouTube, on social media. And I started looking at it and I was like, oh my God, I think it sounds like you can make a whole lot of money with it. So I should try this too. So I started getting involved. I started going on just YouTube videos, and my friend said this and his best friend's brother's dog said that. So I need to go and do this. And that's how I got started. But 2017 was a year that we call the bull run. This year where essentially crypto just goes up. So it's like free for all, like everybody can win, right? So it looked like I was winning. And I was like, yes, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to go and do all of this. I'm so excited. But then what happened? 2018, start of 2018 hit, and we hit what I now know is a healthy correction. But back then, Corinne back then had no idea what it was and just saw what I thought was the market crash. And I lost so much money. And from that moment onwards, I was like, I hate crypto. It's not for me. This world is horrible and scary. And I was like, no, never want to do this ever again. I'm out. But then I was reapproached, or not reapproached, I reapproached it in the end of 2019, start of 2020, because I saw a successful person that I follow online, like very serial entrepreneur, talk about cryptocurrencies again. And I was like, okay, if this person is doing it, and I know he's successful in many, many different areas of life, then I should probably retake a look at this. But what changed this time around is that he plugged me into a platform, an educational platform with sources, with people that have consistent results. And that helped me then. Well, I went all in. I said, you know what? I get it now. I feel like I'm in the right place now. You guys know, ladies, because I know there's a lot of ladies on here, right? That feeling of like, I just feel that this is the right thing for me. Like this time it's different. And I just had that feeling and I went all in. I quit my corporate job. As Shanda said earlier, I had a very, very good corporate job that everybody said was the dream job, 6 figures, car paid for, house paid for, bills paid for, my flights. I was actually living in Italy, working for Australia in Italy. As you can tell, I'm Australian and Italian. But so I had literally the dream job at 21. Everyone was like, Corinne, you've made it. And I was like, why do I wake up depressed then every day? I don't think I've made it at all. So when I found out about cryptocurrencies, but especially figured that I was going to be in the right place with the right people, I personally, not saying that this is the same for everybody, for me, this is my journey and my story, I felt to just go all in. And I'm so glad that I did, because that was the start of 2020. Right after then the pandemic hit, and I was like, wow, I don't know if that was good timing or bad timing. And I've spent the last 2 years just traveling around the world, helping so many people, helping myself, and learning about cryptocurrencies and applying it and just having the time of my life. So I'm so grateful for all of this. But I just want you all to know that I am just your regular girl. I studied medicine at university. My family, humble, beautiful parents that just cared and loved for me and gave me all that they possibly could with what it is that they could afford. But the one thing that they have always given me, and that I'm super grateful for, is that they've always told me, you can do anything that you put your mind to. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And I believe that that is the same for each and every single one of us. So that's the one key thing. But today I'm excited to share you all a little bit of information on how to build what I like to specify as a profitable portfolio. A profitable portfolio. Type a 111 in the chat if maybe you already have a crypto portfolio. That simply means that maybe you already have a wallet. Maybe some of you have already heard something like Coinbase, and you've already started to buy various cryptocurrencies on there, right? So that's starting to build a portfolio. Drop a 2 if you don't yet. If maybe you haven't even purchased a little bit of Bitcoin or nothing, and you're just getting started, and that's fine too. You're so in the right place and awesome. So I'm glad that you're starting from this lesson right here. Okay, because as I said, what we want to teach you, what I want to teach you today is how to actually go and create a profitable portfolio. Key word there, because many of us, unfortunately, don't really know what it is that we have in our portfolio. And I always like to say to people, because of recent, let's call them trends, do you maybe have a petting zoo rather than a portfolio? If anybody feels like it, please let us know in the chat. But I do know some people that have the bunnies and the puppies and the kitties and the pandas like in their portfolio. And I'm like, sounds like a petting zoo, doesn't sound like a profitable portfolio to me, right? But that's not your fault if that is the case for you, because it simply means that nobody has taught you. So if you haven't learned, it's normal to go to that. I know I've been there before I got into this whole space. I had no idea what I was doing, right? So awesome. I'm glad that you guys found that funny, because it's funny, but sad, but funny. Okay. So we're going to help you guys, help you ladies, change that and understand that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and jump onto our CoinGecko over here. So this is just a website, a public website that you can all access. It's coingecko.com. And this here actually already lists to us and starts to teach us that there's not just Bitcoin, right? It's not just Bitcoin. That's the most common one that we hear about. But there are so many other crypto. These are all cryptocurrencies, right? There are so many different cryptocurrencies. Now, what we have just listed here on this website is 13,671 cryptocurrencies. Okay. There's a lot, right? And you're like, okay, where do I get started? What do I do? Which ones are the good ones? Do I buy one of each, or how does that work, right? So first of all, I want to navigate you all through this website and then give you an idea on how to go and build a profitable portfolio and what are the things that we should look for. Okay. So first of all, on this website, what it is that you can do is, for example, let's look at Bitcoin. We can click in and we can see details, live details on what's currently happening with that cryptocurrency. So for example, right now we see that the name Bitcoin, it's what's called ticker. Okay. So BTC is Bitcoin's ticker. This is its current price right now. We're having a little bit of a pullback, but we knew that because there is a full moon on the 16th of April. We'll do another session on the full moon stuff and the astrology for those that are interested. But so we are having a little bit of a pullback here on the right-hand side. Okay, we have lots of different websites, external websites that we can go and learn and see about this particular currency. So we can look at the website, the wallets that it has, various communities. Okay, as you come into cryptocurrencies and as you start maybe purchasing, and investing in cryptocurrency, I think it's very important to be inside of the communities and just see what are they tweeting, what is it that they're talking about, right? So definitely a great way to get involved. And here you can get the official sites. And then if we look down here, we can actually see that Bitcoin, okay? Some of the most important ones are the market cap. Okay, so the market cap for market capitalization, okay, is what the current price is times the circulating supply. So how many Bitcoins are currently in circulation, right? So essentially, easier way to put it, how much money is invested in Bitcoin? This is the amount, and that's your market capitalization, okay? Your market cap. Now, as we said, okay, this is how many Bitcoins are currently circulating, how many are currently running around and available for people to buy, sell, hold, etc. And this is the other important number, the max supply. And this is what I'm showing you guys here with Bitcoin. You can see on every single other cryptocurrency that is listed on this website, okay? So here it's going to show you that there are only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins created. Okay, we're not there yet. We've hit over 19 million. Out of 21 million, 19 million have been created, or what we call mined. But once we hit 21 million, there are no more new Bitcoins that are going to be created, right? So if you already start thinking supply, demand there, wow, we're just getting started when it comes to Bitcoin, okay? So that's just to give you a little bit about how to navigate this website. And then we can go and look at, I want to propose to you guys an idea. Okay, this is by no means any financial education or financial advice, but it's rather just education. Okay, so this is an example of what it is that I do with my portfolio. Okay, we'll dive into that in just a second. Very quickly, for those people that are new and you typed the 2 earlier and maybe don't even have a wallet set up, okay, one of the first steps to do is to go and create yourself a crypto wallet, okay? So some of the most common ones, okay, is Coinbase. Okay, I'm not affiliated with Coinbase. I don't get anything showing you guys this. It's just one of the most common ones that is around. Okay, I'm sure you've seen it even at the Super Bowl. Okay, so Coinbase is a crypto wallet. It is what we call centralized. Okay, but we'll dive into that another time. But essentially, this one here is going to help you deposit your first investment. So let's say you want to start with, I'm going to use $100 as an example, okay? You choose the amount. If you want to deposit your first 100 US dollars into Coinbase, then from there, as you can see, you can start to move and purchase into these other cryptocurrencies, okay? So this is some place that you would start, but we could do a whole hour just talking about wallets. So once you have your wallet, once you're here and you're like, okay, I have $100, right? For simplicity and for math's sake, which I'm not great at, we will use $100. So how do we divide our investments? I often get the question, Corinne, does it differ if I have a big amount, a small amount? Absolutely not, okay? Let's look at this. So based on what it is that you have, 50% of it, so in our $100 example, $50 should go in something like Bitcoin. Let me rephrase that. Should go in Bitcoin, okay? Yes, Bitcoin is the most long-lasting crypto, the one that's, is the first one to be created. It is one of the most expensive ones, but you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, right? The price that we just saw here, 39,900, you don't have to start with that amount. You can buy portions of it. They're called Satoshis. You can buy fractions of it. So no matter how much it is that you want to put into it, you can start to have a part of Bitcoin, okay? So why do we recommend that, why do I personally do that? Because Bitcoin is, think about it like the digital version of gold, okay? It is the standard. It is the one that has the most money invested in it, the one that has been the most adopted, the one that really sets everything for everyone, right? So I love Bitcoin. I personally do something like 50%. The only other amount that I might fraction in my 50% is something like Ethereum, okay? Ethereum is an exceptional coin or cryptocurrency because it has such an amazing project. Did you guys know, type a 111 if you knew that more than 80% of other cryptocurrencies, so more than 80% of this 13,000 are built upon Ethereum's network. If that doesn't make sense yet, guys, that means that without Ethereum, around like 80% of coins wouldn't exist. Wow. When we already start to understand that and hear that, we're like, okay, Ethereum is a pretty good one. It's pretty solid. And we definitely need it around. So it's most likely not going anywhere. And if anything, it's going to continue growing. So Ethereum is probably the only one that I would put inside a part of it inside of this 50%. This is me, guys. Then, of course, it's completely up to you, and always do your own research. Okay. So I would do that. Now, altcoins, 40% of it. So altcoins, everyone, is essentially, when we say alt, okay, it's an abbreviation for alternative. And by alternative coins, okay, we mean essentially every single other coin that's not Bitcoin. But, okay, but there is a very big but, and I should have written it on here, but you're all here listening and present, right? So altcoins does not mean any and every single other coin that there possibly could ever be out there. Absolutely not. What I personally like to do in this altcoin section is be very, very, very selective and put it in what we call large cap coins. Large cap coins. So there we're talking about coins, cryptocurrencies with a large market cap. With a large market cap. So we're looking at, and this is how I personally would go and research it if I were you, and then you know, I'll give you guys some ideas of the things to research. Okay. First, go look at the first, like the top 25. The top 25, I would go in here and definitely go and understand and look which ones are the legitimate projects. Again, we'll look at what to go and look at precisely. Okay. So starting with the top 25 coins to put in my 40%, I would personally prioritize those. Now, when we continue down, okay, we can still call some of these, you know, maybe already hitting 40. We can already start looking at these, you know, as what we call a mid cap coin. Okay, so we have large cap market capitalization. Mid cap is a middle ground with the market capitalization. Okay, so from there, probably from 40 down, if you really want, just because I'm seeing some good ones in there, from 50 down. Okay. And this is obviously just kind of like a summary guideline, but those are the kinds of coins that you would want to go and put in that 40%. Yes, even if you have $100, 40 of those dollars you can put in here. How many, how not many, that's completely up to you. Okay, so 40% going into those altcoins, right? Now, as we said, there are 13,000 different coins. And guys, drop a 111 in the chat if you can still hear me, if you're still present and you're getting value out of this. Okay. So as we spoke about, there are 13,000 coins. So Corinne, you're telling us that the large cap, the mid cap, you're looking at the top 50. So what are all the other coins? And man, I'm looking down here. We could even go the top 100, really. Okay. The top 100 are those mid large cap coins. Okay. All the other ones we classify as low cap coins, and they're our wild cards. Okay. We only put 10%. We only put 10% in our wild cards. Why? Because these are projects that are still new. These are projects, I like to always think about this as if it's you're about to invest in a business, right? You can look at Bitcoin like your Googles, Amazons, Airbnb, all of those, right? Your altcoins, you start looking at maybe those still quite big, okay? Still quite big companies that are around. Now, your wildcards are literally your startups that you're like, wow, this is a great idea. Wow, this has a really good team behind it. Wow, their plan is amazing. They really know what it is that they're doing. Nobody's ever thought about this before, and we really need that. Okay. That's what the wild cards are, what your low cap coins are. And that's going to be something like 10% of your portfolio. Okay. So if you're searching, that's when you can probably start jumping to the other pages and start really looking at other types of cryptocurrencies, projects, coins. Okay. So that's a lot of information, right? Already there, because you're like, oh, okay, so I have to go research all these coins. Okay, what is it that I'm even looking at? Now, as you enter the crypto space, as you enter even inside of a crypto community, such as, you know, the one that myself, Shanda, and Mel are in, okay? When you start to enter a community such as this, you're going to start hearing coins. You're going to start seeing, oh, why are they teaching on this one? Oh, they're mentioning that one. And that's great. But regardless of that, it's so important that then we know ourselves what it is that we've got to go look at and research before we start putting any sort of investment into this. Okay. So what are some things? And I have 5 different things. I'm going to tell you guys 5 different things that we should go and research before putting anything into anything. Okay. So the number one thing is what we call the use case. Okay. The use case. So think about this cryptocurrency, this project. What problem is it going to resolve? Okay, think about when we were talking about before, like businesses, a startup. What is the problem that business, that project, that cryptocurrency is going to resolve? Okay. So that's where we go and look at its use case. As I said before, for example, Ethereum, okay, it's what's called, it creates smart contracts, okay? It's a blockchain, and don't worry if all these words already are too much for you. There's no rush, no stress. You will understand over time, okay? But Ethereum is a blockchain. Imagine like this web, okay, online that other projects can build upon of, so that maybe they don't have to go through as much of the tech side of things, right? Ethereum's there for them, okay? It's kind of like the World Wide Web and how everyone can just build on top of it a website. I don't know, right? Like think about it that way. So Ethereum is an example of this. When we first step into cryptocurrency and we see that, we're like, that's a really big thing that we need, okay? So the use case, what is the use case is the number one thing to look at. Number two thing to look at is who is behind this project? Who is the team? Who's creating things? Who, and I'm going to go into this example here, Cardano, okay? Who is running this project? Okay, who's creating it? Who is on these websites on Twitter talking about it and behind it, right? So as we said before, you can select into any coin on side of CoinGecko, and you can come to something like its website. You can come to individuals, and you can start to actually look at the team. Is it here? Research developers. Maybe it was individuals. So you can go around and click around, okay? And you can come and look at where it is that they are. I wanted to show you guys Cardano because they've got some pretty big, oh, here we are, people. They've got some pretty big people behind it, okay? So Cardano, for example, Cardano is a project that is created by someone that is called that's one of the co-creators and co-founders of Ethereum. So of that other coin that I just told you about. Oh, maybe it's the roadmap. Here we go. So here's an example. Charles, okay, Hoskinson is one of the co-founders of Ethereum. So we talk about Ethereum being the second largest coin that has an incredible use case, okay? The first thing that we're looking at is the use case. What is the project behind it? What problems is it resolving? Number two, who is the person behind it? Okay, so we can see someone like this. We know that he is very clever. He knows exactly what it is that this space is. You can start to look at these things, okay, and really question that. Or to give you guys, because you might be thinking, okay, but how am I going to know that that's who that guy is? Okay, other things that maybe you can start to look at. This is just another project off the top of my head. Luxo token. You can come in and you can come down and start looking at okay, we can start looking at people like this. You're like, okay, this guy right here, and wow, he helped shape the Ethereum space, official Ethereum wallet, so he definitely knows what it is that we're talking about. Okay, so go research, be hungry, use Google, but make sure that you get the right information from the right people, okay? And now the third thing, okay, is partnerships. Who are these people partnering with? Who is this project partnering with? So continuing on the same example, we can look at like, okay, Nike, Vice President Digital, wow. Okay, wow, Chanel, the President of Europe, another Chanel, gold platinum artist, okay, composer, the founder and CEO of Highs Nobiety, okay? So you can come down and start looking at the teams and being like, and the partnerships, the advisors, and who is here, okay? These are very, very important things to go and look at for any cryptocurrency, okay? So we said 1, the use case, 2, who is the creator, 3, the partnerships, okay? 4, what is the competition? What is the competition behind these people, okay? Or behind this project? Are they the first ones to come up with this idea? Because timing does matter. Timing with projects really does matter. So are they the first ones that came up with this idea? Or who else is, or what other projects are there that maybe have already created a very similar thing, that have already resolved that problem? And how big and stable is that project, right? So for example, a recent one that our whole community has been going crazy over is what we call looks rare. Okay, so looks rare, we can come over here, goes always on the website. It is what we call an NFT marketplace. It is an NFT marketplace, okay? So great, awesome, NFTs are pumping, everybody knows about them, but let's think about the competition. Let me see, does anybody know any other NFT marketplace that's potentially already out there that people are buying and selling NFTs? Exactly, OpenSea. So we have OpenSea, which is already there. It's already established. Cool. However, this is where we can start diving a little bit deeper and say, well, I already just saw that here you get rewards. I don't know about you guys, but that like catches my eye straight away. And I'm like, oh, how do I get rewards? But if I go on OpenSea, it doesn't really tell me that I can get any sort of reward. So then we go and research into that. Okay. the difference here already is that Looks Rare, this platform, when you buy and sell NFTs, you actually earn rewards. You're paid to buy and sell NFTs. Whereas when it comes to OpenSea, you're not getting these types of rewards. So you already start thinking, maybe Looks Rare is a bit of a competition for OpenSea. Then the more we dive into it, the more that we research, right? We actually know that OpenSea has had some questionable things happen, which make us see and understand that it has quite a centralized power. What does that mean? That OpenSea has had already scenarios where it's had the power, the authority to block wallets from buying and selling their NFTs. Okay. Centralization is when we talk about that there is one authority that has power essentially over your assets. Okay. So that's something that for OpenSea has started giving some red flags, like your bank. Exactly. Centralized system, guys. Bank centralized system. If there's any Canadians out there, I'm sure that you guys have experienced a centralization lately, or many people in your country have. Don't worry, I'm Australian, so Canada, Australia, same thing. But we won't get into that. Whereas Looks Rare, guys, Looks Rare seems to be a lot more decentralized. They give you power and ownership by owning the Looks Rare token. Okay. So when we start looking at these things, that's when we say, I see that OpenSea is established. Yes, it is competition, but Looks Rare is really, having a run for its money. It's a really great project. So that's where we would look at, we look at the rank, we look at the market cap, and we see that this would still be a low cap coin. Okay. So those are 4 things so far. We talked about the use case, the who is behind it, the tokenomics I'm about to get to, the partnerships, the competition, and the last thing, so 5, is the tokenomics. Okay, so the tokenomics is the things that we were looking at before with Bitcoin, that again, you can look with anything, but for simplicity, we will come back to the Bitcoin example. So very important things to look at is the max supply. How many of these are ever going to be in circulation? Does it have a limit? Okay. Not always. Okay. Does it need to have a limit? But it is something that, especially when we're getting started, we want a max supply. Okay. Going and looking at what is available for it as well, the market cap. There are so many different things, and I don't want to dive too much into it because we could start a whole other thing with that. Okay, but this is the simplest and quickest thing to look at, the max supply. Okay, so guys, ladies, 5 steps. Okay, to go and research, to then be able to go and apply to this model. Okay, it's completely up to you the way it is that you do it. This is just an awesome suggestion that when I first got, I was like, yup, I get this and I understand why. Okay, even if you have small amounts, and this is the biggest question that I get. Okay, yeah, Corinne, but I only have, let's use again the example of $100. Okay, I only have $100. Isn't it better that I put it into something that's still a low cap coin so that it can have a big growth and I can have big money, and then I can start buying Bitcoin and all these other coins? My question to you is, what does that risk reward look like? Because if you only have $100 to start with and you put it into a wild card, okay, that is higher risk, and tomorrow that loses value, the project fails, the people bail out, okay, you've lost your full $100. Okay, whereas if you diversify, maybe your altcoins and your Bitcoin is growing. Okay, so again, guys, make sure that you do your own research, that you go and understand this and apply the right things. And Shanda, how much do I have? Like 2 more minutes? I don't want to
yes, go
time. Okay, there's just one last thing. Let me find it that I want to show you all. Okay. I love this. When I first got shown this, I was like, amen. Okay. How to diversify. This is just off Instagram, but it's so powerful. Okay. 50% big boy, whatever. The kings and the queens of the market, right? Then we have planet coins, DeFi culture. Okay, so by planet coins, we look at those coins that, go and create networks such as Binance Coin or Cardano. DeFi, so that's a whole other space. Just an idea of the diversification within that. And guys, my ladies, please, 0% in things such as this. Okay. Yes, I know that many people have had very big returns. I shouldn't even say many people, because there are the small percentage of people that have had interesting returns in ones like these, but they are completely high risk. If we go and apply those 5 things that I spoke to you guys about today, they don't tick off probably anything. They don't tick off anything. Okay. They're extremely high risk. It's better that you go to the casino and you have fun with your family and friends, and you probably end up making more there than you would in something like this. So this does not count as wild card. Okay. Sample of illusionary is something that you don't know who is behind it. They keep themselves anonymous. There is no use case. There is no use case for now. Maybe one day they will bring it, but right now it is not. There is no use case, right? It's not resolving any problems. So those are the kinds of things. Okay, literally those 5 things that we applied, but with nothing. So I hope that helps you all already starting to get an idea of how to build a profitable portfolio, how to start researching and navigating these websites, and start then even reallocating your portfolio if you feel like that is something for you to do. Okay, so make sure that you do your own research. Okay, always apply, ask questions, get inside of communities such as this one, where you have people guiding you and helping you and giving you even more in-depth detail on everything it is that we spoke about today. So Shanda, thank you so much once again for having me. I'm glad that people found it helpful in the chat. And back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Corinne. I appreciate you. And aren't you teaching a class later today?
I actually had to shift it tonight. Tonight we are in person in West Palm, teaching with Katie and Elaine and Manny Q, so it should be great. So we'll actually have tonight's session on Sunday at 5 p.m. EST, but typically on Thursday nights we're on at 8 p.m. Yes.
Incredible. So just so you guys know, if you know anyone in Florida, that's a big deal. Like if you don't know what those names mean, like go learn. This is just the beginning. It's going to be a class just like this, only even bigger. There's so much going on in this space, and these people are all movers and shakers and have their finger on the pulse. They know what's going on. When you get around people that know some things, then you can learn some things which can change our situation, right? So thank you again, Corinne, for being here for all of us. And if you are looking to be a part of a beginner's class where you get to learn how to go from knowing nothing to being able to be where Corinne is in a few short years, then we do have that class on Sunday. We also have a team orientation for our Academy members, the new Academy members, tomorrow morning. So we can get you plugged in. And I want to show you what that looks like really quick here. Okay, so our Academy, so she's creating an empire. We actually partner with I Am Mastery Academy. This is a vendor of ours that, like I said, teaches compounding. Corinne is one of the many educators that speaks on cryptocurrency and Forex trading and investing in there. Okay. And we don't believe in standing between the mentors with success and our people. We like to do a connection. Okay. So for me, I want to make sure that you too you get direct access to the people I learn from. You'll see me in the chat. You'll see me in class. I'm there every single day. And you know, the best part is it's an hour a day. An hour a day keeps the job away. And I am grateful because I do not like to do the same thing every day. Turns out 9 to 5 is not for me. So I'm going to show you what that looks like to get access to this information, access to this academy, access to these people so that you can make that choice for yourself. Okay. So inside our academy, actually, you know what? I think it's just generally, this is my experience. You can learn through mistakes or you can learn through mentorship. The quickest and easiest recipe for success is decide exactly what you want. What do you want? How much money do you want coming into your bank account every single month? What do you want to buy and do with the money that you have access to? What do you want to be able to create for your family? The more specific you get, the more we can help you get it. That's our goal. We have like almost 100 certified coaches with She's Creating an Empire that are absolutely here. You know what Danielle wanted? She wanted to be debt-free. She wanted to be able to move out east, and she wanted to be able to free up her time to spend more time cooking for those that she loves. That was her vision. She wants to hang out with her dogs and cook for her family. She wants to be able to see different things and go on long hikes and not have to have an end time to it. Okay. That's what she wanted. I want to travel the world with one-way tickets. I want to be able to see every last corner and see sunsets from every point of view on this entire planet. Okay. Everyone has a different desire. As a community, we're very service oriented. We want to help rescue children from sex trafficking. We've been able to help over 7,000 children be rescued because of people like you who are a part of our team. Okay. So decide exactly what you want. What does that look like? Find the people who have the results, right? Then learn from the mentors and training that have proven those results. And get around supportive and like-minded people, because we're a reflection of the people we spend time with. And I used to have a lot of friends that would talk me out of my dreams and into my bad habits. Oh, come on. It's just one night out. Oh, come on. You don't really need to worry about that. You don't need to go home yet. You don't need to, let's go out on Friday night and go have dinner and spend hundreds of dollars at Cactus Club instead of going and being able to, wake up refreshed and have that money to invest, right? When I started hanging out with people who were like holding me accountable, saying, yes, let's do that thing. Hey, this is, we're getting up early. We're staying up late. We're working on our dreams and our vision, encouraging my dreams. It changed everything. So She's Creating an Empire has taken things to the next level for me. And I want the same thing for you that I want for myself, which is quick, easy results. Now, is it actually quick and easy? No, we know we have to grow. We have to learn. There's going to be expansion. There's going to be, new things that we get to learn and navigate. But when we have mentors and support and a community, it feels so much lighter and more fun. And that's really the goal, is to enjoy the process and the journey, right? Okay, so inside this academy, it's learning simplified. So you start with videos like, what is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? What is these things? And they're 5 and 10-minute videos that teach you the rules and the language. And then we have over 200 experienced traders, and Corinne's one of them. You actually get to log in and see her do her research, see her break down her favorite educators, what she's learning and what is important to you. Those updates that happen. Oh, we found out this thing can do this thing. And, they're always doing research for us. And so being able to hear not only what they like, but what they don't like and why. So we can learn to see the markets. We can learn to see opportunity the same way that these people who have what we want do. And quite frankly, I consider this my supportive community. The fact that I can log in to someone who's literally going to give me the cheat sheet to be able to have success, like what? And I don't have several hours a day to spend doing the research on these projects. There's over 13,000 cryptos. So the fact that Corinne and Curtis Cobain go and, Crypto Picasso, they go and they do this research and then they bring it to us, means that we don't have to spend nearly as much time. And it's a nice little, let's call it a highway to success. Okay. Now imagine you sit down, you figure out what you want to do, and then you are getting out of the market, right? You're walking away from your computer. You got to drop your kids off at school. You got dance class, whatever, got to go to the gym, but you don't want to miss out because you're waiting for that price. You're waiting for that trade to come to you. Well, you're going to get alerts on your phone so that way you never miss a moment. So you can actually have your life, and it's like have your cake and eat it too. It's kind of like that. You can have your life and, have your money. And there's not a lot of people who have time and money. And that's our goal here. Okay, so the Academy itself costs $235 US to start, $175 a month after that. That includes the basic rules and language, all the crypto educators, as well as some scanners and tools that will help shortcut your time on the charts. Now, imagine you're like me and you don't do anything alone. We're going to say thank you for bringing other students along with you. Creating an accountability pod is really powerful because you'll be learning together and you'll be able to go through the experiences with people that you love and trust and that, are holding you accountable to your goals. We do have an influencer marketing program. So this is something where if you catch the vision of what we're doing, you want to be a part of enriching, educating, and impacting the lives of 1 million people with this information, then we want to talk to you because this is a second stream of income and it's really, really profitable. Or can be if you work it, right? There's people who have online influence and people who have offline influence. I was not a social media influencer. Corinne was. That's where she started. And depending on who you are, and it doesn't matter. Randall, he's one of our influencers, and he actually started with 40 friends on Facebook as a long haul trucker, and now he's building a global team. So it really doesn't matter where you start. The question is, do you have a desire to be a part of our mission? And we have business plans and support systems and tools and resources for both online influencers and in-person or offline influencers. There's the way our influencers get paid. So at 12 people, it's $600 a month. The very top is actually, there's a rank above this now, $750,000 a month. There's like 6 people that have hit Chairman 750. Pretty impressive. So depending on the scale that you want to go in that influencer side, there's some money on the table. Okay. So we have the fastest growing team in North America. We've been brought onto this academy to be able to take this to Asia, to Australia, to New Zealand. This is what we're doing. We are here to help with global expansion. We want to see people financially free because we believe that everyone deserves to have a business, bank account, brand, and life that you love. And the reason that we're seeing so much success is because of the things that we bring to the table as a team. We've got a weekly team mindset Zoom calls. We've got a curriculum to start your portfolio building. And to do so securely. There's boot camps for learning the skills of leverage trading, live calls to teach you how to capitalize on all the sections of crypto, a team chat full of people who are on the same path. The time commitment is 2 to 5 hours a week, but it is on a 24-hour schedule. And that's something that some people are like, Shanda, I don't have 5 hours a week. If that's you, that's okay. We have a time management program Melanie teaches. We can definitely help you learn to master your time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and learning how to find those nooks and crannies to create a future you love is something we're very good at. So let us know if that's the challenge because we'll help you there. We've got apps and access to ongoing training and market ideas. And we've got and it's all month to month. There's no contract. There's a 6-day money back guarantee. It's all online and on demand 24 hours a day. Plus, if you start now, we've got early bird costs for in-person private acceleration mastermind, our event in Glendale in September. Same thing. We've got one in October in Dubai. And so the early bird pricing is going to run out here soon. So we want to make sure you get access to that. Now, if you do join us today, we have a private orientation lesson tomorrow morning with one of our top global leaders. You're going to get lessons on the website, training and tools. You're going to know how to set up download your apps and get everything set up. Plus there's a $50 discount. So it's $185 US to start, $175 per month after that. And that assumes you pay 100% of it and you don't refer people, but I didn't. I told all my friends. So
and Shanda, let's mention, because this is going to be replay in the group, that $50 off is for a very short time. So if you're watching this video a month from now or 2 months from now, it most likely will not be there. Do not be shocked. I just wanted to throw that in there.
That's a good point. Yes. So thank you, Melanie, for the reminder. So this is absolutely a limited time offer. We only can do a certain number of those discounts. So there's 3 types of people that see this. The kind of person that says, thanks, but no thanks. And if that's you, I want to say thank you for your time. The reason we do this is because we believe that when you get better, everything gets better. And we believe that time really is a valuable resource and you should be spending it making memories and having fun and making an impact. So the fact that you spent your time with us here today means the world. And we just want to say thank you for that. Second kind of person says, I have some questions. I want to get those questions answered. So what we're going to do is we'll have a strategy call with you and one of our certified coaches or one of our team leads. Happy to make sure you get your questions answered. We do have information inside the Facebook group. We can tag you in. So you're going to have the support that you need. Let's get your questions answered so that you don't miss out on this discount and on those classes that are coming up in the next 2 days. Third kind of person says, I've seen everything I need to see. Let's go. Let's do this thing. And so I just want to let you know that whether you're a 1, 2, or 3, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to get whatever it is that your heart desires. Deciding what you want and going after it is really my heart, and to see people do. So get back to the person that invited you here and let them know if you're a 1, 2, or a 3, and I will see you on the inside. Thank you, guys.